Yeah. Oh yeah. Purring. What you doing, baby? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, that's dirty. What you doing? What you doing? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. I don't think I can even describe this. I'm in Oklahoma and the Red Dirt State, and on my vacation. Visiting a friend, and I feel so calm and reset. I'm gonna pull up a little bit though, so I'm not it's a cute town, Guthrie. I needed this. I don't know that I have words. This feels like the culmination of a lot of time building this relationship and our shared work towards, we've both been working a lot on accepting our own emotional state, dropping in and yeah, just having emotions without judgment, and not without judgment, but with celebration. And living embodied, and it sure is nice. Just to be without any drama or yeah, I had this weird thing happening where I noticed I felt so happy and content, and like these tears will be coming up. Which is cool. Yeah, it just feels like I have a partner in working on staying connected to your body and not shaming urges that come up and feelings that come up. It's a hard thing to commit to. We were talking on the phone with Brianna last night, a very dear friend, and she was talking about how when we have these shadow aspects of ourselves, that and we try to ignore them, pretend they're not there. They come up in these weird ways. I think she was saying they come up in these they just come up in these strange ways, and I was struck by how that was similar to what I was experiencing this weekend when I had like emotions coming up, and I had Braden there kind of being like, this is not something to apologize for. But I kept feeling guilty for my emotions, and then guilty for feeling guilty for my emotions, because I thought I'd done that work already. And I realized as Brianna was talking that this is a shadow aspect, and it's by me rejecting it and not wanting to experience it, this type of trigger of, shame of my emotions, by trying to reject that I have shame of my emotions, I am causing it to persist and spiral. It's really hard to accept that you have shame for feeling emotions. It's really, really hard to. When it just feels like such a, I know cognitively not to feel that way, and I recognized that was a shadow aspect, and a couple other days, the rest of the day, I think Braden and I were a bit reminding each other to not feel ashamed for emotions. It was crazy. Like, I had this moment last night when I was feeling so happy and so content and blissful, and I wanted to, get in bed and sleep with Braden in the bed, and they were needing some space, and I don't know if they want this out there, so I'll just say I was trying to do something, and I'll just say it for now for this though, sleeping in the bed and needing space. And I felt so wonderful and peaceful, and I started to cry. That was the first time that happened. And I had this back of my mind thing that was coming up and being, they're gonna think I'm manipulating them, like they're gonna think that I'm trying to push their boundary to allow me to be here. But in fact, I've just been so welcomed into sharing my emotions that I'm just feeling this tearfulness come up, and it feels like love. And I've had in the past issues where people either said or felt, and it was very clear to me that they did, that when I would get emotional, that they would close off and back away and not really be welcoming towards my emotions, or think that they were being manipulative, and they would shut down. And I knew that that's not how it was, so I kind of just allowed myself to continue to feel authentically, and they continued to need space and didn't seem to feel pressure to shift that, and still celebrated my emotional expression, still welcomed my emotions in that moment. And that was so healing, because just had times when that was not accepted, and it felt like love. It felt like I was feeling so loving of them that my body was crying in this way, and just so open and free to feel that love for them, which comes with the opposite side of well, maybe not the opposite side, but it comes with tears, which feel beautiful. They feel like love to me, and beautiful, the way I've been crying this morning. And they don't feel sad, they feel beautiful. And Braden was able to, just totally be okay with my emotion, and tender with me, and continue to have their boundary, and still did not seem to be threatened by me expressing that. So that was really, really good. Yeah, it just feels like we're on this same journey of boundaries and emotional expression, and yeah, I think that's all I had to say about that. I'm feeling wonderful this morning. The wonder is making me cry, and I have some food for the road. I don't exactly understand what I'm feeling. I do understand it. I kind of just articulated it, but it does feel new. The tears that are coming to me now don't feel scary either, because I've had someone for the last couple of days validating of them, and they feel celebratory to me. And I have a bit of anxious energy of when I go home, and there's some people in my world that are very hypervigilant and not as okay with emotions, not as open and to the cadence, the way that I need to be, and it's tough for me right now, and I'm not thinking about that. I'm sitting in this energy of yeah, I'm just so proud. I'm so proud to have Bree. I'm so proud to have Braden in my life, to be on this journey of commitment to growth and conversations and authenticity and honoring of each other's emotional expression. And also having our own boundaries that aren't threatened by someone else's honesty. Just imagine getting to feel and not guard, not try to fake what you're feeling, and knowing that someone is not going to feel or be punishing you, and is going to be joyful of your own. It's pretty awesome. Okay. I guess I'm gonna drive home and I'm gonna cry some more because I don't understand why I keep crying, but I am. Okay, I don't know what to say. Oh gosh. I hope you build a community like this that is nourishing, respectful of each other's. I'll try to do a more cohesive video on this topic of the work that we've been doing in our deconstruction meetings, and then individually with the people that were in the deconstruction meetings, the friendships that have formed, and what we've been working on individually and together. And because it's good shit, and I do not know how to find communities that align on some of these values of authentic emotional expression, respecting boundaries, honoring your own body, creating community, accessibility. Anyway, I'm just grateful for my community. Okay, I love you. Bye.
When I was 2.5, and as you could imagine, you know, like I'm a very kind of human, and I loved my mother so much that when my sister was born, I've had this come up in a lot of